Okay, so you're saying if I had a ring right now and I got down on one knee, you'd be like, yes.
Yes.
Will you marry me? You said yes!
Bro, 3 years ago, I looked like a turnip, I dressed like a moron, and I was what most people would consider below average. But after taking steps to improve myself, I started to experience a side of life which I'd never experienced before.
Well, thank you for checking me out on the street. This wouldn't have happened otherwise. Do you know your phone number?
Yes, I do. I'm sure that you are getting checked all the time.
Well, but it's whether or not you act on it though, right? Yeah, I have to be selective. I can't, if I was going over to every woman who looked at me, I'd be very tired by now. So I have to be selective about who I'm going over to.
So in this video, I'm going to explain to you what happens when you level yourself up and become more select. So the first thing that I experienced was I actually got rejected more. So even though girls were looking at me, showing me initial attention, coming out on dates, they'd be more resistant to going the full way because they assumed that I was a player. I remember I was on a date with a girl in Krakow, Poland, and she was from Belarus. And if you know anything about Belarusian girls, then they don't beat around the bush. It was about 30 minutes into the date. She put down a drink, looked at me and said, "I'm not gonna sleep with you because you look like you fuck a lot of girls." So bro, don't just think that because you become more select that girls are gonna be automatically jumping into bed with you. The game changes once you change, and you almost have to relearn what works in order to succeed in your new skin. So the best advice I can give to you is, first of all, when you do become more select, expect more flakes, expect more rejections. Almost take it as a compliment because girls are now seeing you as a sexual option. Now to mitigate this, when you're with them, don't act like a player. Just act like a normal, regular, cool guy who's fun to be around. You know, make her laugh, have fun with her, take the piss out of yourself. Like, don't be taking yourself too seriously. Just because you have leveled up, you don't need to be acting like this alpha, one-dimensional robot. And also, when you are on dates with girls, don't be checking out other girls, or don't be scrolling on your phone mindlessly. Like, the girls that you're on the date with, give them your full, undivided attention. You want to be in this private bubble where for the time that the two of you are together, it's just you and her. And finally, when you are on this first date, make plans with her beyond the first date to reassure her that it's going to be more than a one-time thing. All right, this is called future projection. And in my experience so far, it's been the best way to de-playerize myself. So let's say that you're going to a party next weekend, invite her to the party as well. Or let's say you've got somewhere specific in your city that you want to check out, I don't know, like a swanky wine bar. Just be like, yo, I'm gonna go check out this wine bar next weekend, you should come along with me. By future projecting and including her in your future plans, she can see that this relationship has longevity, right? She's reassured that this is going to be more than a one-time thing, which is what I want anyway. And when she sees that this relationship is going to extend beyond the first date, she's going to be more likely to want to get involved with you. The second thing that I experienced was I actually developed more approach anxiety. If you're someone like me who went from fuck ugly to fuckable, then it's super easy to still feel like the ugly duckling inside. And for a period of time, I actually had more resistance to approaching girls because I felt as though I had more to lose. It was like the more that I leveled up, the more that my ego grew. And if you know anything about cold approach, then there is no room for ego. So I had to train myself to almost forget about the fact I was now more fuckable and approach girls with the mindset of playing to win rather than playing not to lose. It sounds crazy masochistic, but the best thing that you can do for your overall game when you do level up and become more select is to go out with the intention of getting rejected as much as possible.
Excuse me. Hi. Where you go? What? Did that just scare you?
I don't speak English, but just a little.
Well, you speak a little bit of English. I just wanted to say you look beautiful. Sei bellissima. I hope you have that's my Italian. You're welcome.
I go to work.
But you're my girlfriend. We're going to get married and have children. No? No? Oh, I thought you were the one. Impossible. It's not impossible. We could get married right now.
Excuse me. Hi.
Do you speak English?
Yes, tell me.
Do you say tell me?
Yeah.
My name's Kristian, it's lovely to meet you. You look lovely.
Oh, thank you so much.
Before I say anything else, I'm basically in London for a week.
Yes.
And I've come out today and I'm looking to take a beautiful girl out on a date with me. So
Sorry, I'm traveling with my mom. So
Oh, is that your mum?
yeah.
Does she want to come on a date or not? Excuse me. Hi. You speak English?
Yeah.
Oh, where are you going? Oh. Excuse me. Hi. Sad face. God's way of telling me. Stop, boy. Stop before you hurt yourself.
Once I've become more select, a part of me almost didn't want to ruin the fantasy. Yeah, because it feels nice, doesn't it? Yeah, it feels nice to be walking down the street, getting looks from girls who would never have paid you attention previously, but it can then become addictively comfortable to be getting the looks and not act on them. So bro, don't allow your new select status to cock block you, right? Go out there and get rejected as much as possible. Remind yourself that everybody gets rejected. The turnips, the chads, everything in between, everyone gets rejected. If you're not getting rejected, then you're not pushing yourself hard enough. And the third realization I had was cold approach is king. Even if they're into you, they still may not make it clear. And this was the biggest headfuck for me, right? Like I thought the more attractive I became, the more attention I would get. And this is true. However, the really attractive girls, like the girls that I really wanted, they still didn't make it obvious. See, I went through a phase once I became more select where I forgot about cold approaching altogether and I just focused on warm approaching. So for anybody who doesn't know, cold approach is where you approach a girl who's not paid you any attention, whereas warm approaching is approaching a girl who's already signaled interest in you. So maybe she gives you a double look, maybe she holds your gaze longer than necessary, maybe you're at the gym and there's a girl who's getting unnecessarily close and following you around. Like these are clear choosing signals. Now, even though warm approaching is great because it essentially allows you to approach girls experiencing success in advance, the super attractive girls don't always make it obvious. And this is why you can't rely on warm approaching and why I say that cold approach is king, because you can't be dependent on these choosing signals, right? You need to have the skill to be able to approach girls who haven't made their attraction obvious. Bro, you will reach a point on your journey, just like I did, where you realize that yes, looking good is great, right? We should all be doing everything within our power to look and feel as good as possible, but you need to have the charm, the confidence, and the charisma to back it all up. And this is why cold approach is king. All right, because by immersing yourself in cold approach, you're going to develop a bulletproof character. You're going to establish this core confidence, yeah? You're going to know that you can go through life with this no matter what, I can handle it mindset. So I want you to go out there. I don't care if you're a turnip right now or if you are more of a select man. I want you to start immersing yourself in cold approach because you need to get skin in the game, right? You can't be warm approaching if you've never spent time in the trenches cold approaching because you're just not going to know how to approach, right? So you need to put those reps in. Now, if you are new to the game, I put together a free online course for you to get started and get results. So click the first link in the comments, get it for free. Love ya. It's been a good video, this one, hasn't it? I've enjoyed it. Anyway, love ya. Mwah.
You stay sexy, okay?